How do you take a more than 20-year-old diesel pusher and get the electric bill down to just $3? Today we're looking at a massive solar and lithium upgrade that makes off-grid living cheaper and easier. My friend Wayne did this entire install himself. Wayne is a retired commercial pilot and a very experienced RVer. He will show us the entire process and he'll share with us what he is running on his system and how much money he is saving.
This is a 2003 Newmar Dutch Star, and it came with a 150 watt solar panel and the lead acid golf cart batteries. And with the newer technology and everything, we do spend the winters in San Felipe and the Baja, so lots of sunshine, and it just didn't seem to be a good idea to be spending money on electricity when it was so readily available. So I installed one 550 watt panel and another 270 watt panel, basically just space available on the roof of this motorhome. It's permanently mounted, and then two 280 amp hour lithium iron batteries, which has turned out to be just an amazing addition. It's cut our power bill down to like $5 Canadian a month at times. The installation was relatively simple. I could manufacture all the parts just out of pieces of angle iron, aluminum angle iron, and mounting blocks for the antenna. It's been extremely successful. The charge controller and the battery management system were inadequate when it came to the high charging capacity of these lithium batteries. This is the stock 2000 watt inverter that came with the coach, and it's been working perfectly, so I have had no reason to change that. And then the lithium ion batteries here, I had to modify the tray just a little bit to accommodate the size of the battery, but they all fit in there snugly.
So talk me through, those are the two lithium ion batteries together, yeah?
Okay, so just the 280 amp hour lithium ion batteries that fit all the space that I had available.
Wow.
That fit perfectly.
Yeah.
This is one of the little attachments I have. I have the smart shunt. This is a Victron smart shunt, and it Bluetooths directly to my telephone, so I can read everything that's happening in my batteries right to the 10th place of decimal on my phone. Warm up here. So this is the rooftop area that I have available. The 550 watt panel and the 270 watt panel behind that. To mount the panels, I just used 1x2 or 2x2 blocks, about 6 inches, and I glued them onto the roof. I didn't want to go fastening through the roof. I know that if I have to remove the blocks, it's going to be a bit of a nuisance, but at least I'm not doing any damage to my rooftop. They're fairly decent secure mounting. The panels will fold flat, and I have mounted hinges on both ends of the panels, just riveted the hinges on and mounted the uprights to that, so I can flip it from side to side depending on which way I have the motorhome parked, or I can lay the panel flat for travel, and I just fasten the hinges to the blocks with just with wood screws. And the second panel is a 270 watt panel. So I have these wired in parallel. I don't get the full benefit of a panel and basically a panel and a half, but I can get about 300 watts off the roof with this setup. It seems to be more than adequate to do the job I want it to do. This is my first panel that I mounted, so I just used smaller blocks. I made some mounting brackets out of a piece of aluminum angle that I had here. And I can also just lay this panel flat and mount it for travel. The original system, it had a 150 watt panel that just, just about where my shadow was where the panel was. There's so much information available now that if you have the tools and the inclination to do it, it's pretty easy to accomplish. And the wiring was already routed through the roof of the coach and into this panel, so I didn't have to go chasing wires around and rewiring anything. It was all here.
Right. That's the very first.
That's the battery management system that had to be upgraded to accommodate the lithium iron batteries.
So what did you actually do to it?
So this is an aftermarket unit. I took all the old battery management computer out and rewired that battery management unit into the coach.
Wow.
And then I went from there to taking out the very basic charge controller, upgrading the charge controller to handle the output of the panels that I am now using.
Right.
So this is where the solar panel wiring came through from the original manufacturer. So I was fortunate enough that the battery management computer is mounted just in this area, and the new charge controller with its fuses and wiring mounted really easy in the same area, just in the electrical compartment of the motorhome. So mounting was not a problem.
How does this thing work? Actually, it's got like a screen where you can read stuff.
So you can read the voltage coming off the panel, the temperatures, the charge parameters, the battery, and you can also it's a good system to monitor the output and the demand coming off the system.
So what made you choose this system size?
Space available. I used as much of the space as I had, and it's turned out rather well with no major modifications at all. As we talked about before, I had to change the battery management computer, which was probably as challenging a part of the project because there was a considerable amount of rewiring to do there, but all the information was readily available and easy to follow.
Great. And about how much did it cost you, just ballpark?
It was under $2,000 to complete the system. I did all the work myself and manufactured most of the parts with the exception of the charge controller and the battery management. I also added a shunt on the battery that was connected via Bluetooth to my cell phone, so I could read all the information directly from the battery system as to what was happening, the input and the output, and the time remaining in the charge of the battery.
So it seems like if it's saving you hundreds of dollars a month in electric bills, then it's going to pay for itself really faster. That's really cool. And what was the hardest part of the install? It looked to me like the wiring was pretty complicated.
Yeah, the most complex wiring was the battery management computer.
Yeah.
The rest of it was pretty much straightforward.
Okay, great. And so looking back on the whole project, would you do anything differently if you were to do it again?
You know, at this point, without any serious modifications, I wouldn't change anything. I think the space available is being fully utilized, and definitely really pleased with the results. And I have no need to change anything at this moment.
Sounds great. And so I guess the bottom line, most people want to know if they're thinking about doing something like this in their own RV or motorhome, is what can you run on the system?
This will run all our lighting and entertainment. It'll run it for days. Anything that's battery powered, 12-volt powered, we have more than enough capacity to run it without sunlight for maybe 3 or 4 days before we start having to worry about starting the generator or plugging in.
Sounds great. Okay, thanks very much, Wayne. Thanks for running us through this whole project. That wraps up our short video on how to do a solar conversion on an old RV in Baja. Hope you liked it and found it useful. If you did, guys, I would appreciate it so much if you would give us a like to help us grow our tiny channel. And next thing, if you like that, I'm pretty sure you will love our video that we did with my buddy Marty. And what Barney did was he got this sold, he bought a used Ford Transit van and he turned it into a wonderful tiny living space for himself and his lovely wife. And he did the seemingly impossible, which is that he put a full wet bath into that tiny living space, including toilet and shower. So if you're interested in that not easy conversion, skilled, but well worth the effort, please check it out here. We'll see you there.